Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Newcastle, #1 Sportsground, the home of AFL Hunter Central Coast football. My name's Ashley Borg, and with me today is Shane Darwin, the owner-operator of the scene, and on camera this afternoon. And what a venue, what a match we've got set for you today. First versus second in the Black Diamond Women's Cup. Someone's O's got to go. Newcastle City versus Killarney Vale. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a match, Shane. And what are your thoughts, mate, as the tail of the tape comes onto the screen? There's only 11 points between the sides, and the last time these two sides met was right here in an overtime victory for the Bombers, and they did the double.
Yeah, well, they literally couldn't be split last time they played it full time, could they? It took extra time to sort out a winner, and I expect we're going to have another close game today. I am incredibly excited to see what both of these teams put out. We obviously seen a little bit more of Killarney Vale this year. We saw them last week, and they were very tidy in how they took care of Cardiff, but City Blues will be a little bit different to that. I think they're going to put up a little bit more of a fight. Of course, they kept Cardiff scoreless last week. You're not going to keep this City team scoreless. They've got too many avenues to goal. Billy Davies, Spark, Halverson out the centre. It's going to be an absolute crackerjack game, and it is deserving of that top-of-the-table clash.
Yeah, just wanted to thank Newcastle City and Killarney Vale for hosting the game today. We were at another ground, but midweek, the decision was made by the AFL Hunter Central Coast to feature the best two sides in both the Black Diamond Women's and Men's Cup. A very wise decision from the league, and it just promotes our league in such a great way when you get to see the best sides week in, week out. As Newcastle City break from the huddle, Brett Godfrey looking to avenge the loss from last year. Won't make a huge amount of difference, but it'll give a psychological edge. Mia Wilson not playing today for the Killarney Vale Bombers. She's out for another 6 to 8 weeks with a finger.
Oh, wow.
Phelan as well. Candace Phelan did an ACL, her AC joint last week in the game we featured. So she's out of the contest, and there are a few out for Newcastle City as well. Really looking forward to looking at India Patmore, number 12 for Newcastle, and Elkie Long, number 4 for Newcastle City, as well as Billy Davies, who won the Black Diamond Plates goal kicking last season at just age 18. She steps up to the cup, and she's currently in third place in a goal kicking. And Shane, surprisingly enough, the top 5 goal scorers come from these two sides.
Yeah, well, it says something about their goal-scoring prowess. And, you mentioned there's 11 points between these two teams. That's in both points for and points against. So they've got really good attacks, and they've got really stingy defences. So plenty of avenues to goal. Top 5, I'm not surprised. It really does tell the tale of the tape in that respect.
The average score to win in these games in the last 7 games so far is only about 30 to 35 points. The highest score to win a game for a side in the last 7 games has been 42, which was 43, which was Newcastle City's on the 12th of April 2025. Ever since then, they've been very, very tight, dire affairs where no side wants to give an inch. So be set for an absolute cracking contest here in the AFL Hunter Central Coast Black Diamond Women's Cup. We're live and exclusive to the YouTube page. Get your friends to subscribe today. As the first toss down ends up back in the middle, Halverson will wrap up Beth Wood. Those two are going to feature all around the ground as Murphy tries to get the tap down in the ruck. There was Mencken for Newcastle. Turner with the first effective hand pass out to Murphy, who then went to Thompson. Thompson to the half-forward line. Not taking the mark there, overrunning it was Fogarty. Pouncing on the football there was Green. Green hand pass out to Jurek. This could be the first goal of the match. That's a sublime start from the Bombers. And the second they got it out of the middle, Shane, they weren't looking to give it up.
Well, I think someone in the commentary team may have been a little bit harsh at Gracie Jurek last week and said she wasn't necessarily doing enough. And, well, there she goes. She's got one up on me this week. She's really opened up things very well there, getting the first goal there and doing it with ease, wasn't it?
Well, the last goal scorer of the grand final becomes the first goal scorer of the match. In the same match between the two, Gracie Jurek scored one from inside the goal square to seal the victory for the Bombers in the grand final last year, and she becomes the first goal scorer. Here today in round number 6, as the Bombers take an early lead, you know Newcastle are going to hit back. That was a very astute passage of play from Brad Edwards' girls. As they go back to the centre again, Halverson around the contest. Mencken tried to hack a kick away. Watson takes the mark. She's dead centre here at number 1. So Watson, short ball, short of Cookman. They try to look at some hand pass efforts there. Halcombe was in the contest. Also in there is Fogarty to tap it forward. Thompson onto the football. Cookman wraps her up. And we'll have another stoppage. Haven't moved it too far away from where it started. Back in the middle. Turner got an accidental foot on that one. We're going to have another stoppage again. So if you can see those pictures, they're wonderful shots you see on the screen. I'll get a chance to look at a monitor, not that I call from it, but it's a great opportunity to see that as Halverson drives it forward for Newcastle. Spark. Back and across, looking for Holcomb. Smothered kick. Bombers try to work it away now. Hand pass was good. Beth Wood hoofed it onto the boot. Green got to the front spot, took the mark. Nicely done in front of Pat Moore. And Jackie Green. Spot her well with the long sleeve. Goes to the back to White. Played it from behind and lost out there to Tucker. Tucker on centre wing here at number 1. Near the grandstand side. She drives it to the centre half forward region. It's very much true centre half forward. The Bombers converge. Halverson's quick hands were effective. Got it out there quickly to Cookman. Sends a high up and under. Good contest there. Davies underneath the footy. And working it to ground. It's deep in City's forward line here. So Mencken tried to get it to ground and then tap it to herself. Nice work there by Leah Murphy. Hand pass effective there from Rivers. Ended up out to Davidson, the All-Australian under-16 player who last weekend got the scene stealer for a superb performance. Nice take out there from Kessler. This is Tatea White who steadies. She's playing a bit higher up the ground in this game. Went past Green. Lovely bit of defending there from Neve Hurley. And that one's out to the sideline here to Wilson, who played a really good game in the rep match a few weeks ago. They all did, really, the team. When you're beating a side by 85 or 90, it's a bit hard to find a player that was lacking. And that kick might be out of bounds for a Lasso free kick. Olivia Fogarty.
City player there, smart enough to realise that.
Yes, and at higher levels, though, Shane, if you deliberately let it out, then it can be interpreted as deliberate out of bounds. So,
oh, there we go. It's not even the lasso anyway.
I don't know. I was certain that wasn't touched, but we're a good 100 metres away here, so my binoculars always do the trick, but not on that occasion. Free kick to the Killarney Vale Bombers. They still lead it by 6. That's brought further down towards the half-forward line. Mark drop there. Pretty sure that was Holcomb shoved in the back. Absolutely fairly and squarely shoved by Rivers. Caitlin Holcomb, who was terrific with us in the Black Diamond podcast a few weeks ago. It was wonderful to hear her thoughts on football, and she's a real advocate for the game as that ball came to the centre again. Rivers sneaking around like a little pit bull. Takes the free kick. Puts the head down. And this umpire looks like he's going to reward the players for being in front today, which is exactly the way it should be done. To the ground it goes with Hurley. Trying to move it forward here, the Bombers. Jurek went to get in the action. Hand pass out there from Tucker. Halverson, as she does regularly, gets space. Now kicks it out to space to Wilson. Nicely done. I'm pretty sure this is Flack, actually. It might be Holly Flack who drove it forward. Mark dropped there by Watson. Hand pass backwards and across. Bombers kicking into with the aid of a breeze left to right in the screen as it started to emerge. Holding the football, free kick to Killarney Vale. So the early goal's good, but they'll need to get a few of these. As that ball came out to Angle. Angle now has got to evade the tackle. That was nicely done, Watson. Play on, says the ump. Green. Hand pass over the top, Kessler. Kessler back to Angle. Angle, a little bit too slow to dispose of the football. Put the teammate under trouble. Green tried to shrug a tackle and got taken high. Kessler snuck into some open space here in the pocket, so they go to her. She might go for a little turn, but decides against it. Good play there in the end. Kessler, with the aid of a breeze here, might go to strike it, but she spots up Green again. I'm not sure what the City defence were doing there, but they certainly weren't picking up Jackie Green, who's had about 5 or 6 touches already, Shane. She's looking pretty good.
She is. I reckon she'll be pretty hot in that long sleeve too. It is a beautiful day here at Newcastle.
We had 80 mils of rain here during the week. And the ground looks an absolute treat. Left to right kick might be the go. Short ball, not the best ball. Ended up at the feet. Page around the football, the City defence clear. I would have probably banked on Green to have a shot at goal there as Wilson clears it away from the far side 50 and drives it long. Rivers in a paddock, just needs to steady and pick it up. Has a little bit of time. It shanks the kick under the pressure of Mencken. Gets the hand pass out again. That was to Murphy. Turner around the football, decides to leave it. That was for Angle. Angle out the back. Batten in the pressure situation there and gives away the free kick for the chop. And she's only a third or fourth game player.
Give away a 50 here if she's not careful.
Yeah, she'll definitely learn from the experience. Don't play from behind, especially against a team like Newcastle. Got to try and play your way to the front. 7.5 minutes gone so far. Hopefully you're enjoying all the action on the YouTube page, AFL Hunter Central Coast style. Got over 250 subscribers now, or roughly that.
Yeah, it's going all right, isn't it? And if you haven't subscribed yet, it costs you absolutely nothing.
Get onto it.
Yeah.
Get absolutely onto it. The Scene, you can stream it on The Scene every week. Podcasts, matches of the week, mini games if you want to just catch the highlights. So ball comes in, went over the top there of Ash Page. Pouncing on the football, here's Batten working through the contest. Nice work there, Hurley, who's been good early for City in defence. Drives it long, that's going to be a lasso. As that one's untouched off the kick. Last touch. Rule they brought in from the South Australian Football League. So you can blame the Crow Eaters for it.
You lay off those Crow Eaters. I'm a proud Crow Eater myself.
I knew I'd get the fish. So drove it inside 50 again. Hurley at the back. Tap down. Batten was waiting in the right spot. Just couldn't pick it up there in front of Patmore, who has a lot of talent and prowess. She picks up the ball and tries to release. Batten with the tackle was terrific. Rivers has had a few good touches. Green around the ball. Nice work there. Got it out to Turner. Turner tried to worm her way through. And eventually this is going to pop out to Megan McDonald. His hand pass was a little too quick there from Mencken. Pressure's on early here in the contest between both these sides as it's hacked away from Watson. Nice pick up there from Davidson back to Turner. Out to Bender, who's on the hammer. Halverson did enough with the pressure. Tackled by Bender. No one there to help Halvo. She's caught in the tackle. Umpire says give it to me. So steady progress. Brett Godfrey would be happy of the two sides so far. Only one goal conceded. It's very cagey, just like every other match in the last 5 or 6, and that's unlucky against Davidson. She didn't do a lot wrong. Free kick there, Newcastle. So it's a short ball, too high for Spark. Bender at the back. Looking around the contest, pretty sure it's Wilson with a hand pass over to Baptiste. Baptiste streaking, looking for the short ball. Mark dropped at the wrong time, working off the contest, McDonald. Over the top to Spark. She's usually pretty dangerous. Great tackle, Bender. Over the football now is Davies. Davies lurking, one of the top goal scorers in the comp. Went to go over the top. Over the football now, Spindler. Great tackle, pressure. Working off at Stewart. And free kick to Newcastle. And the free kick goes to Logan Stewart. Deep in the pocket.
Distance won't be the issue, but she's on a very tight angle.
Might favour her kicking it off the left goalpost here and bringing it back in with a breeze. It's a very strong one. See what she does with it. Oh, don't tell me.
Well, there you go.
Yes, sir. That is a great goal.
The Ashburg School of Goal Kicking.
And I kicked 2 goals in my life.
Well, you doubled mine.
I think I kicked one from that pocket in the 2 goals I kicked playing for Singleton Rezzies, which was one of the little highlights of our year when we won a premiership that year. Come here and thump Newcastle.
Well, when you're playing, when you're playing an undefeated team, you need to take every opportunity you can, and that was a perfect example of that. Just really composed in front of goal, tight angle, but it didn't matter, and it's really helped City get back on level terms with Killarney Vale.
So Logan Stewart, ripping goal. I reckon every goal into the breeze today is going to be worth gold.
Yep.
Especially in one of these tight contests. So back to the middle they go, 9 minutes to play. Holcomb with the first possession out of the middle now. A little bit more time than she otherwise thought she would have, and try to centre it. Davidson's going to be favourite here. All ends up. She's one of the classiest players going around in this region. Kick over the back. Mark dropped there by Tucker. Newcastle defence hold her well as Lily Davidson has a spell. And Emily Thompson replaces her on the field. So Murphy in the ruck. Umpire says free kick. And that goes to Leah Murphy. Not a lot of free kicks pulled out in this game. It's been really good to watch, actually. Nice open contest. Short ball. Kessler almost got the 2 mitts on it. Nice tackle pressure. Drove it deep inside the 50. Cleared away. Turner at the back. Was adjudged to have pushed. Free kick Holcomb. That's going to be a great duel between those two women. It's sensational footballers. 2-on-1 here in the middle for Newcastle if they can get it away. Lovely soccer there from McDonald. That was intelligent to Wilson. The tap forward to Watson was pretty good. It ended up to Elkie Longer. Went back to Watson. To McDonald. To the top of the square. Bender tried to attack the football. Left it behind. Sparks shoved her out the way. And a lovely little pass there to Halverson. She pops up when you need her the most, Sarah.
It was the fend off from Spark that I liked there, Ash.
Yeah, it was wonderful. She just shoved Bender away like she wasn't there. So Halverson from about 30. Breeze is probably the only issue for her. She's generally a good striker of the ball, and that one's no exception. It got to the line and ended up being touched on it. So City, they'll be very happy. If this is the scoreline at quarter time, they're kicking into a quite stiff breeze. Killarney Vale haven't quite used it yet. They used it really well in the first minute or two, but apart from that, they haven't been able to get into their run and gun style of football, as that kick's going to fall the wrong side of the bomber. Trying to work through it there as Wood got the hand pass out. More of a throw there to Kessler. Play on, said the ump. Working over the football there was Tucker. Tucker went over the top there of Page and kept going with it, Tucker. She needs to find a target. Halverson was around it. Backing the cross, it came to Northcote. Northcote drove it inside 50, and Stewart couldn't hold the mark, and it went out of bounds. So good effort there from Newcastle. They just look a little bit cleaner early, Shane, in this first 12 or 13 minutes.
Yeah, they do. They haven't been fussed by the pressure. There's been plenty of that, but they've been using the ball well.
So boundary umpire just gives that ball a little bit of a toss back in, and Wood went to the ruck. Halverson around the back. Flack didn't have the football. Spark probably gave way to free. The umpire said play on. Stewart with a snapper around the body. Missed it to the left. Through for a point. She was point blank range.
She was.
Dobbed him from the pocket. Missed it from in front, but the pressure was there. Davies looking to come off the ground here, and Nolan looking to come on for it. So they look to be a little bit cleaner with this disposal. That was a great kick to Ash Page. Page has Davidson over the back. Not the best kick. It was to a one-on-one, and Tucker won it. Tucker's played well early in this game. Great kick to Halverson. Halverson about 70 out. You know Halverson's going to do something good with it. The discipline kick to the centre. Oh. That's got to be a mark out the back there to Spark. Had to be. She was the only one that had it.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there.
Goodness, there you go. So we weren't as close as the umpire, so give that one to the one in green as Spark went to go out the back. Rivers. And we'll have to give it back to the ump. This quarter's gone quickly. 4.5 minutes remain. The tap down, lurking is Spark. Around the back, McDonald. Great tackle there, Baptiste. Umpire says play on, ball spilled. Working out of the congestion was Beth Wood. Hacks it to the boundary. If this goes out, it's going to be a lasso. Picking it up cleanly there was Watson. And nice little attack on the football. Leaving it behind Thompson. Holcomb went flat out at 100 miles an hour and cleaned up the opponent. Driving it inside 50 there was Watson. That one will go out of bounds.
Well, we did chat with Caitlin Holcomb after her round 2 scene stealer, and she said, the place I want to be most is getting in and under and getting dirty trying to get the ball, and that was a perfect example of it there.
So someone's undefeated streaks finished today. The only scenario you see that would be a draw, and it did happen last year's grand final. So you know it's possible. To the ground it goes. Bender at the back for the Bombers. And pretty sure that's McDonald that got wrapped up in the tackle. Best grounds to one of the best grounds in a competition. Beautifully managed by the council. Very grateful to them to having us on it today, especially after 80 mils of rain.
Yeah, it would have been pretty easy for them to have made the call to stop it. I was going to bring that one back. But, yeah, the right decision was made. We've had 2 games here already, and the ground looks in tip-top shape. This is a ground with beautiful drainage, and, yeah, the decision was made, and it was a good one.
So McDonald with the free kick for Newcastle. 3 minutes to go. Drives the ball to the pocket. Helverson lurking around it. Goes around the body. The bounce. Out of bounds. Unlucky. Helverson tried to conjure up a little bit of magic. Scores goals. Used to score goals in both football and AFL.
I reckon I'd have a sleepless night if I knew I was guarding Halvo down on the forward line.
If you're a goalkeeper in football, you're very lucky, I reckon, if she's not playing anymore. So the ball goes to ground. Bender left it behind. Working back off the contest now. They clear it away. Might have been Jurek, actually. Hand pass comes out here from Killarney Vale. They look better when they try and link with chain hand passes, but turned over there to Patmore, who was wonderful in the wall there. The defensive structure of Newcastle City looked great. But she just held onto it too long and gave the free. Got some plays in the middle here in Murphy if she wants to find it, but a little bit slow to release. 50-metre penalty.
Well, with 2 minutes left, that really puts the pressure back on City there.
Tell you what, if they can...
Ill-disciplined.
If they can snag a goal right now, or in this next minute and a half, as Brooke Turner's just come onto the field and she's streaking around the back of this contest here if they can see her.
She is too.
She's doing it in a very sneaky fashion as this ball comes right out the back. Turner has a real opportunity. You know she's going to do something very good from here. Did the discipline thing and went back to M. Thompson. Thompson ran back into trouble. Wonderful tackle. Not sure what Emily Thompson was doing, but she ran straight back into the contest, and you always get taught as a footballer to run away from it. Gave away the free. Could be the Bombers' chance over, but it's taken by Flack. He got about a minute. Flack in front of Spark. This game's got no short of that so far. And 50 again. Well, I have to say I disagree with that because the umpire actually put the hands up and said play on. And then the player on the mark went forward. So if you're watching the tape later, I think you're going to have to use that as a coaching session because you can't call play on and then call someone for a 50.
Well, it'll be a shame if it... Well, he's going to gift them a goal here, isn't it? It's going to be a bit of a shame.
So Holly Flack from 20 metres out, not a certainty. Usually plays in the back line. Needs to be composed. And hits the post. So we're going to go in 1 point the difference at quarter time unless there's been a major catastrophe on the Newcastle City end. Oh, it's a
they
goal.
waved at a goal. My apologies.
I thought it hit the post. Well, there you go. Well, Shane, colour me confused, mate. I thought it hit the post, to be perfectly honest.
I thought it hit and went left side of the post from where we were too. So
well,
there you go.
There you go. Quarter time here at number 1 Sportsground. The Bombers hit the front on the siren with a Holly Flack rare goal. 2 straight, 12. Newcastle City 1-2-8. We'll be back after a very short break.
Well, we've reviewed the goal, Ash, and it was a goal indeed. So, Killarney Vale taking a 4-point lead into the first break. We said it was going to be a tight one, and it's certainly proven that way. 3 scoring shots to 2, only 4 points separate the sides. What have you liked so far in that first quarter, Ash?
I really enjoyed the fact that both sides wanted to open the ground up and switch and carry the footy. They went long when they kicked it. They didn't dilly-dally around like you can see in some of our Women's Cup games. They carried the football well, and they really put some terrific pressure on each other. A great first quarter. You can see the Newcastle City side wearing 2 armbands with red tape. Wear red round, 2 armbands, 2 messages, wearing red to honour our women killed by gender-based violence and to drive accountability in every club. You can go to Not All Clubs, all one word, lowercase, on Instagram for all the details on that one. Quarter number 2 here at number 1 Sportsground. Killarney Vale lead it by 4. You know City will do something in this second term as Halverson beautifully roved it out of the ruck. Goes straight down the hands there of the opponent there from the Bombers. Holcomb. A little bit of a strange one. It's going to be a free kick to Newcastle though.
Taken high in the mark.
Taken high. Just want to see this game continue to stay open. Ball goes deep inside 50. Jenkins tried to hack it away. Stewart got the hand pass out, turned it over to Kessler, who went to Wood. And whenever you get into those 2 players' hands, you're in sure hands for the Bombers. As Turner now sprints away on centre wing. Drives it inside 50, looking for a target. Jurek right over the back. She seems to enjoy herself here at Newcastle Sportsground. Taken out of the contest. Ball came back out there to White. White needs to break free of Patmore. Patmore hanging on. And the umpire crosses themselves. And that was some quick transition from Killarney Vale.
Was it ever?
Outstanding stuff, especially from Brooke Turner. You know why she's one of the best. Here comes Turner again. Goes through. Pot shot. Goal.
Touched off the hand as well.
And it's touched. Unlucky. Extends it to 1 to 5 points. It was a good play. Brooke Turner's been instrumental in anything that's been good so far, especially those last two passages. Newcastle City's turn to do some defensive work. Nice little sidestep past Green, who did the chase. Went over the hands of Murphy. Soccering it was now Nolan. Nolan did well through the traffic. Round the body kick. There's a bit of open space here at number 1. Going straight through it here. I think this is Baptiste. Went straight past it. Spark, intelligent. Holcomb. Over the top ball, Davies. Davies likes a little bit of a turn and burn and a shimmy. Strikes it towards goal. That is such a good kick off the boots. Marvellous stuff. Billy Davies, take a bow. That was intelligent football from Newcastle City. It was started by Spark and finished off by Billy Davies. And I'll tell you what, the City men's team will take some tips from that one right there.
Have a look at this on the replay, Ash.
Well, Jack Woodhams is sitting behind us. You want to have a look at how it's done. That was wonderful off the boot. I'm sure Jack's seen the angle of that one and he was very happy with it. So Newcastle take the lead. They're back in front by a point. And that's what Billy Davies can do, Shane. She's very creative.
Yeah, no, 8th game in Cup. In the 7 before, she kicked 14 goals, so she averages 2 a game. But she hasn't played against Killarney Vale before. I said in our Black Diamond podcast, would that worry her? But the answer looks to me to be no.
So back out of the middle again, and Holcomb. This is dangerous signs here from the Bombers, the last 2 clearances. Davies tried to get out of the back. That was from Bailey, who went to the wing. Both sides have got their destructive players, haven't they? And they're both coming into the fore. This one high up and under. Kessler sat underneath it. And this one could be, I thought the umpire was going to go the big swan dive then. I really did. It just had the motion of it. So Wood doing what she does best out of the clearance. Nice effort there from City. Took it away from the danger. Driving it back inside 50. Spark at the back here. Couldn't take the mark, but she gets the rove. Round the corner kick. Bailey couldn't do much with it. Came out to Stewart. Stewart hacked it onto the boot. Front spot. Nicely done. Needs to steady. Pretty sure this is Cookman. And the defence from Killarney Vale. Pretty sure that was Jenkins. Cleared it away to Bailey. Sky Bailey fumbles and tumbles and takes the mark. That was a steadier for Killarney Vale. She's got White short. Kick off the boot wasn't too bad. Retrieved by Patmore, smothered by Kessler, taken to the ground there by Eva Murphy. Steady as we go again. Another fantastic contest between these two heavyweights. In the Women's Cup, Newcastle City perennial heavyweights as this one comes inside 50 now. Round the back, Davies lurking. Kessler had to hack it away. Working hard in the pressure here. That's Cookman. Sure it was Cookman. Not used to a Cookman in Newcastle City. It's more of a Noah Cookman for Terrigal, but this one's Leah. And Leah puts it over the scoring line for a point. 15-13 the score. Just been a fascinating contest. Kessler off the field for Killarney Vale. Holly Flack also out of the picture at this point on the bench. Rotation's going to be important today, Shane, between these two sides.
Yeah, you'll need to run all day.
Halverson overran it. Hand pass was good to Beth Wood. Needed to touch it and did. Back to Gibbons. Gibbons, the coach. I think she's the Central Coast Oztag under 28 side. Very talented player herself. Represented her heritage. Beth Wood needs to turn around here. She might get this touch. Oh, that's a great mark. That is superb. That was Myla Tucker. She's been excellent this afternoon. She drives it back inside 50. Hands go everywhere. Halverson couldn't get it in. Cookman went to the boundary. It's Gibbons against Davies. Gibbons went to ground. It's 4-on-1 here, City. There's no support. Bailey came in and got smashed. That was a great tackle there by Leah Cookman. She's throwing herself in at everything at the moment. Mencken in the ruck, tapped it right to the square. Bailey hacked it out of the air, trying to get it here. Eva Murphy needs to stand up, did well, got it out to Davidson, shimmied and did beautifully in the traffic, got it to outside 50. Overrunning the football, working off at his Northcote. Throw, and that's got to be 50. Left it on the ground, undisciplined act here, City. Fair 52, that one. Had to go at the ump for the second one. That one was spot on. We had a look at the replay too, and the umpire clearly called play on just before they blew the whistle. So can leave it to you as Jurek has a free kick. She's a long way from home. Looks like she's playing off the break, Gracie Jurek, and trying to catch them napping. So that kick went straight to probably the best player in the competition in Sarah Halverson. Came in from the side there, was unlucky not to concede the 50. Turner. Back and across. Flack. Great disposal. That was outstanding. Pretty sure this is M. Thompson. The tape on the knee there. So Thompson drives it inside 50. Looking for Batten. Working off the turn. White turned into trouble. Should be holding the ball, and it is. So 7 3/4 minutes gone in this second term. Only goal so far Newcastle's through the agency of, I haven't marked it
Davies,
down.
Billy Davies.
It was
yep.
Billy Davies. I called her through too, goodness. You know when you don't mark something and then it comes out of the brain? That was the perfect moment for it right there. So Billy Davies, who kicked her 13th goal of the season. She creeps within 2 of the top 2. Nice effort over the top there, and that one will run out of bounds in front of Claire Wilson, the former North Shore bomber, who they're playing at home today. That's going to be a fascinating duel in both men's and women's grades in Sydney today against UTS Bats. Top 5 sides in that contest as well as that goes to ground. Batten chasing after the football, streaming through there was Eva Naylor. Batten hand pass over the top. Turner, if she can get into space. White picked it up clean, went round the body. Probably travelled far enough. Turner, eyes only for the ball, tried to work it. Green around the contest, needs to paddle it out. Newcastle City did well to lock it up. Pretty sure that was Ruby Watson in there. As Davies has a spell after the sensational goal. White, hand pass, went to go to Green. Helverson cut it out. Back to Holcomb. Holcomb off the left. Dribbled it towards the 38 of Angel, who's played pretty steadily so far. Holcomb's got another touch. And both umpires look at each other. So we'll give that one a throw in as well. About halfway through this second term. Tight tussle. It's everything we were hoping for and more so far. Been a great game. Both sides really want to go at it. Nice hand pass out there. That was from Tucker, who's been superb. Out to Holcomb. Back and across to Fitzpatrick Ingrid. Drove it. Naylor couldn't hold it. Wilson's going to sit underneath it. Did well. Nice little soccer. Driven to the centre of number 1 Sportsground. Jenkins went past it. Stewart tried to chase. Jenkins had time. Picked the wrong target. Went to go to Spindler. It was intercepted. And then gave away the free kick for too high. Stewart takes off. And tries to catch them napping. Nice kick in there. That was around the vicinity of Megan McDonald. And that was a great play there from the Killarney Vale bomber in Jasmine Bender, who sat on the football. Unfortunately, he gave it away to McDonald. It's spark in space. That's got to be a free, and it is. Great call from the ump. Never in doubt when you're chasing a ball behind you and you're not even looking at it the second you make contact with an opponent. It's going to be a free kick all day, and this will go to the leading goal scorer. It will tie for the leading goal scorer in the comp, Ruby Spark. If she kicks this goal, she's an outright leader in the comp for goal kicking so far in the Women's Cup. 15 goals in the season. Make it 16. Lovely finish. Newcastle extend. They're out to a 8-point lead. Tell you what, Shane's not much in it, really.
No, you're spot on, Ash. It is as tight as we expected it to be.
You see Spark there. She's got a really good technique kicking the ball. And
with no Mia Wilson for another few weeks, you might have an opportunity to get herself right out and make an almost unbeatable lead for the goal kicking medal if she's lucky.
Yeah, Ruby's a good striker of a ball. What I also like about her, though, she's active around the field.
Yep.
Where Mia, and this is absolutely nothing against her because she's terrific. Mia tends to stay in the 50, and I dare say that's how Brad Edwards likes her to play. She'll push out every so often and come out a bit, but Ruby's very active.
Yep.
Outside 50 towards the middle, even going to halfback to get a touch if she has to.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of like the way that her and Halverson rotate between resting down forward as well. You see them quite often interchange with each other.
Jasmine Rivers, I'm pretty sure that was Holcomb as well. Yeah, Jazzy Rivers and Holcomb were playing a little bit, doing a bit of a tango there in the centre of the ground. Thought they were playing the hokey pokey there for a sec, but free kick went to Killarney Vale. Nice little gather, went back to Rivers. Holcomb's going to give her one. Just about went straight through her. Hand pass went over the back to Elverson. Rivers, that's 3 touches, gets a free kick. She's fired up now, Rivers. Sees the team behind, wants to do something about it. 8 points the margin. Looks for a target, not the best kick. Cut off again, work to do. Back to where it came. Helverson, classy. In front of Page. Takes the mark. Great kick to Cookman, who took it overhead. And all the sprinklers I thought were coming on then. Did you see that? Bit of a sign there.
Well, with 80 mil of rain on Thursday night, I don't think we need the sprinklers today.
There goes Spark. Took it forward. And it's going to be right underneath her. Stewart drops a sitter. Goes for it. Tried to toe poke it off the ground. Shoved out the way. Houlihan. Bailey will take the old conceding of a point.
Probably almost pushed without it there too. After she missed.
Yeah, didn't mind the push, to be honest, because the push was in the side and you're allowed to do it. Should have marked it. That's probably the moral of that one. If you don't drop your marks, you won't get shoved after you go to kick it.
Fair call.
To the back it goes. Thompson almost read it best. Nice hand pass there. It was beautifully done. Pretty sure that was Page. Ends up eventually on the wing. Jurek now played from the front. It's 2-on-1 here to Newcastle City. They've just got to work this through the contest. They're still working here, both sides pushing hard. That looked like it went out of bounds. The umpire blew it. And out it went. So 9 points the lead to Newcastle City. They're kicking with the aid of a little bit of a breeze this quarter. Killarney Vale didn't really use it. They kicked 1 goal 1. had chances to make it a little bit more. And wrapped up again there by Phoebe Baptiste is Emily Thompson. Baptiste in the ruck against Murphy. Hand pass over the top. Thompson to Ward, who got shoved in the back. Umpire said no. Fair call, says the ump. So away we go again. Murphy takes the big run up. Nice little hand pass out there to Watson. Intercepted Kessler. Watson went again. Kessler to ground. And had the arms free. Umpire said, I'll go again. So just over 5 minutes in this second term. Killarney Vale won't want to concede another. Oh, that great pressure there, Turner. That was a nice bump on Pat Moore. 2 rep players going at it. Umpire's going to call holding the footy here.
Yeah, she dragged it back in. Fair call.
They just get that look about them. They really do. It's that setting up for the big spectacular swan dive, like the camera's right on them. And yes, I used to do it too. So hand pass out the back there from Long. Kicked away by Willow Croft. Nice work there from the Bombers to try and recycle. This is Davidson. Need to see a little bit from her. She's a really good player when she gets the hands on it. Jurek was tallest but couldn't drag it in. Good bit of play there on Hurley. Umpire said play on after the 360 tackle. Kessler at the back there with Watson at the front. And it's holding the footy or a throw. Free kick Kessler. She did that well. Played from the back very well. Allowed the play to get the ball. And this short ball, not quite where it needs to be. Taken in the contest. Centered ball, Kessler. Wow, they were playing keepy offies. I think it might have been Jurek and White there. It might have been White and Kessler, or it might have been Jurek and Kessler. But anyhow, Kessler had 2 touches inside 50 in the space of 30 or 40 seconds. And this one brings her about 15 metres closer to goal to try and reduce the margin back down to under a goal. So Kessler has had some time off this year. I think she went overseas, from what I've been told. See how the kicking boots are after a trip away. Well, they're pretty good. The umpire says you've got a goal there, Kristen. And she is our Black Diamond Women's medalist, reigning best and fairest for a reason. She's got herself on the score sheet, and Killarney Vale now only trail it by 3. 3-1-19 of 3 goals, 422 is a replay of the goal there thanks to the scene. Stream it on the scene. You can see all of the major sponsors of the Killarney Vale Bombers there, and it's great that Shane gets all those graphics. I know he won't take too much of the plaudits, mate. I know you're standing next to me, but doing a fine job with the stream, that's for sure.
Well, Kessler's second kick there, much better than her first. The first one was wayward, didn't find the target, but her follow-up was fantastic, made herself into the right position and really capitalised there well for the Bombers.
Holcomb's just reading the football like an absolute Tolstoy novel at the moment. She's doing so well. Kicked it to Helverson. Out the back, hit a Long, speeds away, 35 metres out. Sets sail for home, Elkie. Long out on the full.
Build-up was good.
It was a great build-up, and you know what? Danger signs for Killarney Vale. They've won the last 4 centre clearances. The last 3, the Blues, and it was Holcomb. Actually, it's Helverson, Holcomb. They want to do something about that. You don't want to lose that first clearance. 2 minutes to go. They'll be very happy, Killarney Vale, if this is the margin at half-time. Because City looked pretty good for a short period of about 7 or 8 minutes there where they looked like they could put any sort of score on. Brad Edwards' side. Just hanging on. It's what they do best. Great fly there from Helverson. She's inside 50. Goes to the target of Stewart. Effort over the back, Bailey. Spark went to go with it. Kessler on the ground. Pack converges. Blow the whistle ump. Yep, there you go. 90 seconds. Quick throw up in the air. Stewart went to tap it. Ball in dispute. Little backdoor kick there to Holcomb, who has a shot towards the goal. Sitting underneath it. That was Nolan who dropped it under the pressure. Needs to recover. Thompson could have gone in the back, and the umpire's fallen for it. I reckon you're about 50-50 on that one. And when you play in front, well, you deserve the reward. So Olivia Nolan to strike it. That looks pretty good. That looks good from the pockets. There's been some stunning goals this afternoon, Shane, and there's another one from Olivia Nolan. City extend the lead again close to halftime. You can see the replay. She's deep in the pocket. She's probably about 20 metres out. Didn't take much of a run-up. Said, you know what? Let me have it. I'll just whack that one through the big sticks. Newcastle City, 4 goals, 4-28. Killarney Vale, 3-1-19.
Handy with only 20 seconds left on the clock too. Good timing.
Yeah, Sparks having a bit of a break. Having a chat there probably to Mum. Get me a sausage roll and a pie or something like that at half time, Mum. Need something to eat. I've worked hard. Turner leaves it behind. They're going to get a centre clearance. Wow, Shane, magnificent first half. I'm so glad that the league had the audacity and the foresight to move this game to number 1 Sportsground and have the top 2 sides go at it, because so far they've played like 2 top sides. Newcastle City with 3 goals in that quarter, lead at 4-4-28. Killarney Vale with the 1 goal that quarter, 3-1-19. It's a 9-point lead at halftime. Shane and I will have a bit of a break. We'll be back after the extended one.
Listen, don't go anywhere. Ash and I were lucky enough to speak to Beth Wood during the week about her 200th game. We're going to show you that interview right now, so stick around and we'll see you after the halftime break. Now, speaking of big years and someone who's had quite a few big years, Beth Wood is about to join us. Ash, I'm going to let Beth in. I'll get you to do a bit of an intro for us.
Yeah, Beth might get a bit embarrassed by the old intro because, gee, she's had a stellar football career. Started playing in 2013, played her first cup game in 2016, was on a rep development squad in 16, played rep footy in 2018 and 19 for the Central Coast. I played her first grand final in 2022 in that heartbreaking loss to City, and then doubled up in 2023, but then rebounded in 2024 with the massive win. That was a game for the ages in 2024 against Cardiff, and then rose again to complete the double in 2025 with that outstanding overtime win. Beth's played 161 first-grade games, and last weekend became the first woman to play 200 matches in the Killarney Vale jumper. Beth, welcome to the podcast. You're an absolute legend of the AFL HCC, even though you probably don't think it yourself. Very modest, and we love what you do. It's wonderful to have you on the Black Dom podcast. Tell us what that meant to you on Saturday to run out in a 200th match.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Nice intro. Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, to be around the club that long and to have the whole club involved in the day as well made it really special. They made the banner for me, nice little hamper as well. So, yeah, just really special.
Now, speaking of the banner, it looked like it said you were the Zote. Tell us what the Z for Zote stands for, because we were all a little bit confused up there in the commentary box.
It's the nickname that my husband gave me. He calls me the Zoid. I don't know. It's a long story. So then he kind of just replaced goat with Zote for the Zoidest of them all. It's a long story.
Fair enough.
Kind of an inside joke, but yeah, a lot of people call me Zoid at footy as well, so.
No, excellent, Beth. And you started playing in 2013. I guess what inspired you to play Australian rules football?
Well, I actually started playing in Auskick with my
wow.
Yeah, so I played a few years in Auskick, but kind of got sick of just playing with the boys because there was no girls team, obviously. Felt like they would just take it easy on me and not tackle me. So kind of went to netball, did gymnastics for a bit, and then, yeah, when they finally got their first girls team in 2013, I had some friends that were playing. I actually wasn't going to play. My brothers were playing a game and I was just watching, and then the girls team was short on numbers, so they were just like, oh, can you just put a jersey on? So I did, and yeah, I've been there since. Yeah,
wow. We've got 200 games. I wonder if we added the junior games in where that would sit. Probably way more. And that is quite an effort. Now, Ash mentioned that you'd had some grand final success. You've obviously had some heartbreak as well. Obviously, getting fairly worked over in that 2023 grand final. How did it feel coming back the next year? And were there some demons hanging around? And what was, I suppose, the feeling after getting on top in 24?
Yeah, I mean, to go 3 losses in a row, that was definitely pretty heartbreaking because I feel like we were so sure that third year that was our year. But then, yeah, you kind of just go into the next year, be like, oh, is it going to be a repeat again? But we had Brad as our coach that year, so he kind of came in, switched it up a little bit. And then, yeah, like going into the grand final, we weren't really sure what was going to happen. But to finally win when the siren went, I think I cried tears of joy because it was just like, finally, we've actually done it.
No, and I remember very vividly Brooke Turner kicking a wonderful goal from about 45 metres and you just hanging on for dear life in the defence.
Yeah.
That shot after the siren was just, it was thrilling. Brad Edwards, you mentioned him. He seems to me, I've met him and spoken to him a few times and had a few chats. He seems like an intense guy, but a very nurturing fella too. It seems to be a really nice balance. How do you describe him?
Yeah, he's definitely very passionate about growing our team and making us the best footballers that we can be, and he's very knowledgeable as well. So yeah, he really just wants us to succeed, which I mean we have. And yeah, just certain things like going on pre-season camp, doing challenges throughout the year. He's kind of switched it up a little bit for us, and yeah, he just really wants us to succeed.
Yeah, it feels like it is it's a whole of club, a whole of squad approach. You've got, some young talent there, and I know in the Mark and the Mike podcast earlier in the year, you spoke about Lily and you were looking forward to her getting an opportunity. We got to see her on the weekend and she was good enough that she got our Scene Stealer award. Tell us a little bit about her and some of the other young talent you've got at the club and how they're developing.
Yeah, she's just like amazing, honestly. She's been training with us for like 2 or 3 years now, and she probably could have been playing cup when she was 14, if not for her age. Like, that's how good her skills are. And then she made All-Australian this year, under 16. We were just wanting so bad for her to just finally make her debut. I mean, yeah, she has nailed the 2 games that she's been in so far, and she's just so talented. So I feel like she's definitely on the draft watch list. I would say she would be drafted for sure. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely on that draft list. I know she's one of 2 New South Welshmen. I'm pretty certain that made the All-Australian, along with Quinn Nayland, who's a former Singleton junior and sister of Alex, who got drafted for the Swans. So it's a pretty special lineup that she's made. Who are some of the favourite players you've played in so many games you've played for Killarney Vale? You're a one-club player. It's rare that someone does that. They usually travel around and move around a bit and play for different clubs. Who are some of the favourite players you've got to play with over the years? Some special players at the Bombers?
Well, yeah, you definitely can't go past Kristen Kessler or Eliza Hand. Like, to win a league, best and fairest, they got to be pretty special. So definitely those 2. And Liza is one of my best friends as well. So miss having her around, but yeah, she's one of my favourites. Brooke Turner as well. I feel like, especially being captain with her this year, she's also one of my best friends. So I feel like she's such a talent as well. I feel like she might even win league best and fairest one day. And maybe like going way back in the day, when Jocelyn Kelleher played, PK's daughter. She's just one of those people that's so naturally athletic in anything she does. So, yeah. I mean, to play with her back then, she had the biggest kick ever, and then now to see her play in State of Origin, whatever, and the NRLW, that's pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned their co-captain this year and obviously a wealth of experience. What are you doing amongst the playing group to impart your knowledge over to them?
I feel like a lot of people would say I'm more of a lead with my actions kind of person. I'm not the most talkative person in the group. Brooke's definitely more the voice. So yeah, I feel like I lead with my actions, and I hope that I can kind of, make the girls proud, I guess, in that sort of sense. On the field.
No, excellent. And this weekend is a massive game. We're about to preview it very shortly. Your 2 undefeated teams against Newcastle City. Let's cross fingers and pray the rain stays away. What are you expecting from Newcastle City this week that you probably don't already know?
Well, I feel like it's the same every time we play them. Like, it's always such a high-quality game of footy. I mean, yeah, hopefully the rain stays away because that might, make it a bit scrappy. But they've got the skill, they've got the fitness, and, yeah, we always know what they bring. So, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Listen, we love watching the number 3 get around, and we're looking forward to that again on the weekend. Before we let you go, anyone you wanted to give a shout-out to or a thank you to?
Well, he'll probably get annoyed if I don't shout about my husband, Hugh. He's my number 1 fan. He loves taking my stats when he watches my games, so shout out to him.
Fantastic.
Excellent, Beth. Look.
Welcome back, viewers, to the number 1 Sportsground. I'm Shane Darwin, joined by Ashley Borg. In fact, I'm Shane Darwin. Ashley Borg, I'm not joined by Ashley Borg. Ashley Borg is the main man. Welcome, Ashley.
Oh. I think we both complement each other beautifully, mate. I think, it's like a finely made-up puzzle. If you don't have the pieces, then the puzzle doesn't come together.
There you go, there you go. Now, before the game, we put some tips in, and we didn't get a chance to throw them up on the screen earlier, but we might just have a look now, because it's an interesting style at half-time. I picked the Blues by 10. You picked Killarney Vale by 8. I've got to tell you, Ash, so far, I think I'm nearest the pin.
Yeah, you're looking pretty good so far, to be honest. Look, if we could change tips at half-time, but look, I still think it's going to be either a toss of a coin type of match. It's one of those ones where the use of this breeze is important. Killarney Vale just didn't use it in the first term. If they can get 2 or 3 goals here, it sets it up, just like they did in the grand final last year. They can sit back in that last term and hit off the break. But at the moment, it's been a bit bit off their game, Killarney Vale. I wouldn't say they're a lot off, but Newcastle City have been a little bit stronger for mine.
When they have looked good, though, Killarney Vale, it's been when they've really moved things real quick and it catches City off guard. So they can score quickly. So, 9 points is nothing for a team that can score 2 goals, as quickly as they really want to, if they get the run of the play.
It's the old run and gun, isn't it? And
It is.
Has maybe the tough contest last week against Cardiff, the one in the real mud, could be the in the heavy conditions. Could that have been a factor? Newcastle did it a lot easier last week against Maitland than Killarney Vale did versus Cardiff.
Possibly so. Now, we've got the round the grounds just up on the screen at the moment, Ash. Of course, Terrigal-Avoca, the entrance Bay being postponed. But we do have some scores through from Warners Bay Maitland.
Yeah, massive win to Warners Bay, 74-8. 11 goals, 8, 74 to 1-2. They kicked 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and then they kicked 7 goals to nothing after half-time. It was 27-8 at half-time, and it became 74-8 at the end of the game. And congratulations to Warners Bay. It's 2 wins on the trot. Wellings kicked 2. Huggins got 1. Ingram got 1. Younger got 2. Aniston Pavlu got 2. Marley Bronkhurst, daughter of former full forward for Warners Bay, Blake Bronkhurst, got 3. She had 3 up to halftime, and she was on real bag radar watch. Just didn't get any more after that, but fine all-round performance, and I'm sure that Amy and the coaching staff at Warners Bay will be starting to see some fruits of her hard labour.
Yeah, really good to see them with a couple of competitive wins. Of course, the entrance Bay last week, Maitland this week. It's very impressive.
Second half here at number 1 Sportsground. Killarney Vale have a 9-point deficit to try and peg back. It's going to be tough. They're kicking with the breeze. They need to be in front at three-quarter time for mine to have any chance of winning this game. Newcastle City will be too good if they're in front with the breeze at their back in the last term. Nice work out the back there by Wood. And kicked it to a teammate. Tried to work through. He's going to get a second touch here. Murphy got shoved. Umpire said throw. Good call. Free kick there to Newcastle City side. Pretty sure that might be Northcote or Grinless. Kick out there to Nolan. Hit the deck. Hand pass out the back. Working with it was Wilson. Wilson tried to affect the contest. Actually, that was Nolan. They steam away from it now. Gibbons probably could have gone off the ground with a soccer, but tried to tap it. Holcomb off that trusty left to Halverson. And that's a lovely little turn and kicked around the corner. So Halverson, middle of number 1. Kicks it nice and long. Nice distance on the kick. Great hands, Kessler. 2 of the finest in the comp. One kicked it to the other.
Looks like Kessler playing further up the ground in this third quarter.
Little bit of a worm burner there by Kessler. Put the teammate under pressure, but had a lot of time. Nick kicks out there to White. Kessler. Might be a bit of a game plan here from Edwards. Drop mark there by Rivers. Intercepted Newcastle. Driven inside 50. Bounced off the knee of Flack. Ball still inside 50. Kessler trying to make a difference here. Gets a hand pass out. It's 3 touches in a minute to White. Then went back to Jenkins, back to White. White needs to try and break the lines across there to Rivers. Rivers goes around Nolan. Sends it short. Not the best kick. Straight down the throat of Halverson. Halverson driving it low and hard to Cookman. And that one's pretty sure it's intercepted by Taya White again, who's going to be chased down but got the kick away in time. And Eva Murphy spares her blushes. There's Rivers in the middle. Hand pass comes across there. It's a real concerted game plan here. A big difference in the way they're playing, starting this second half here, the Bombers. Ball went over the top in the efforts here to Bailey. Bailey in the chase with Hurley. Hurley's going to have the pace. Bailey's going to have the guile and the strength. That one went out of bounds. Take the wind, chalk up the wind to Neve Hurley. Interesting style of play, isn't it?
It is, yep.
Go slow to go fast. Build up from the back and then drive it long with the breeze. Jurek in the ruck duel against Patmore. Halverson lurking. Could have gone high against Jurek. Play on, says the ump. That one's going to get trapped. Got the best pictures in the house here, courtesy of the stream on the AFL Hunter Central Coast YouTube page. Stream it on the scene. Patmore will lock that one in again. Jasmine Rivers has a spell. Turner comes back onto the field. Green off the deck. Wilson trying to work through the contest there. Naylor run out of real estate. No, there's too many whistles. We're right next to the netball courts here and might have just caught my ear rather than the umpire's whistle on the field. Still inside 50 here for the Killarney Vale Bombers. They need to get a goal. Halverson hacks it away. Wood underneath it. She's got a nice long kick, Beth Wood, and might want to use it right now. Does so. Oh, great kick. Is that Turner? Sure is. She's got tremendous hands. And she's got a good boot. Now, she's going to take, I reckon, one of two options. Size it up and try and kick it from there, or try the old run around the opponent trick. She's got the speed for it. Going to go nice and long right to the top of the square. Mark dropped there. Jurek, the defence working overtime for City. Ball went to ground and it's going to get cleared away. This kick's important. It needs to go out the back. 3-on-1 here, Killarney Vale. Thompson, hand pass. Not the best to Davidson. Oh, going flat out, Holcomb. She always does. And the hit Lily Davidson high. Quick kick over the top. Turner again. Thompson's around the back. That should be 50. Should be 50. Zastra was inside the protected area. Wasn't spotted. Play on says the ump. Here goes Kessler. Hand pass back to Turner. Turner. Pot shot. Looking long. Can it get all the way? Yes, it does. Sensational Brooke. And she bangs home the first of the quarter. They needed it, Shane, and it came from the skipper. So Brooke Turner, she has skipped in the past. She was the rep skipper. Have a look at this kick. Standing start. Sent it high up in the air. Just let it go with the breeze. It was a marvellous kick from Brooke Turner. She's the 4th goal scorer. Margins back to 3. 5 minutes into the quarter gone. Plenty of time for Killarney Vale to kick a couple. Elkie Long on the field here for Caitlin Holcomb. Also on the bench is Willow Croft, as well as Olivia Fogarty. Just trying to see who the other one is there. I'm pretty sure it's Ingrid Fitzpatrick. A few young guns for City. Just learning what it's like at the highest level in the AFL Hunter Central Coast. So the lead is still Newcastle's by 3. Won't want to lose on their home patch. Nice little hand pass there. Grinless got the clearance. Underneath it there, Cookman. Davidson did well. Hand passed it to herself in the end. And then tried to work it to White. White's been very good in the back line in this quarter. And she kicked it straight down the throat of a Newcastle City player who I'm pretty sure is Watson. Watson shields her eyes from the sun and drives it long. Mark dropped Nolan. Ball in the dispute. Turner went in there. Nolan with the tackle. And that's a throw. It's going to Newcastle City. Olivia Nolan kicked a stunning goal in the second term. That could have been 50. Play on said the ump. White, good hands, couldn't make it stick. Gets out of the congestion. Lovely little hand pass. 1-2, back to Taya White. Goes the old show and go and drives it long about 30 or 40 metres into the space. Picking up the football now is Patmore. Patmore runs around the outside, drives it back to the top of the arc, and a nice mark taken. Pretty sure that's Emily Thompson with the blue strapping on the knee. It's been a complete performance from both sides. It's been a great game. Hope you're enjoying all the action so far as that kick went straight down Patmore's throat. We'll see if Patmore can clear the congestion this time. Nice and long. Past the square. Spark nearly got up and marked it. That was a good effort. White punched it out the back. Flack, intelligent hand pass to Jenkins. Across to Houlihan. Houlihan to the near side. It's going to be a chase for the football. Spark's good enough if she can get it around the body. Oh, nice hands effort there by Stewart. Coming out of the danger here, Davies. You know she can do something special. Wonderful tackle. That's brilliant, Taya White. I reckon that move's been one of the best so far in the quarter, Shane. That Taya White in the back line's been a masterclass so far.
It's working well for him.
How's this clearing kick? Out the back to Gibbons. Gibbons usually pretty good. Tried to hand pass when she could have kicked it. Stayed on the feet, did well, tapping it back in. Davidson went long, the wall of Newcastle City building. Batten got in the middle of Fitzpatrick, gets it on the toe. Batten puts it in front of herself. That's beautifully played by Jade Batten. She's playing with the experience of a 100-gamer, and she's played 3 games. That was marvellous stuff. She also plays football, Shane Soccer. You can see the skills there on show. Short ball, Page over the top. Looking here, pretty sure that's not Naylor. Naylor's going to get a free for a hold. They're building here, Killarney Vale. Can they get the lead? White takes a bit of a spell. Kick to the pocket. Nice kick, Bailey. As Gracie Jurek and Kristen Kessler come onto the field, Wood takes a spell. Leah Murphy has a bit of a break also. Changes being flung around by both coaches. 9 minutes played, quarter number 3. Bailey, 35 metres out to the top of the square. How's the bounce of the footy? Player went to ground, pretty sure that was Gibbons. Oh, that was a spearing kick there, taken in a nice mark by Watson. Here you go, Newcastle. Couple of bounces down the outside of the wing there by Croft. Croft dribbles one to the agency of Long. He goes back to Croft. Croft down the line. Kessler read it best. Took the mark in front of Baptiste. Kessler needs to be clean. Great kick to the number 7 there of Emily Thompson. Almost the 2 sevens colliding. It's about as far away from us as it can get here on that far wing. Round the back here, Claire Wilson. Wilson, the former Bomber, playing against the Bombers, giving the free kick back to the Bombers. The old last touch rule. You can see the 2 armbands there on the arm of all the players here from Newcastle City. The red armband signifying an end to violence, gender-based violence. It's in honour of all the women who unfortunately have passed away due to it. And creating awareness from both sides and accountability for all football teams. As that one goes over the back, Flack tried to get it to the front. That's come off a foot. That could be a lasso, and it is. You never know. This rule, don't know with this rule. This rule's either ever evolving or we're still trying to work it out. It's come off a foot. So free kick, Killarney Vale. It's great hands. Not quite sure who that is. No, I don't want to get the player wrong also. 21's Willow Croft. So she's going to give it back. She said, I really liked my mark, Shane, so I'm going to kick it out of bounds. Link kick it back to me and see if I can get a second one. Free kick, Killarney Vale. It's a bit scrappy this last 30 seconds, and that one's not any better. Looking to Green to try and tidy things up. Jackie Green goes the old worm burner as well, so it's a bit of a comedy of errors at the moment. Kessler, tidy hands, back to Wood. Back to Kessler. Kessler saying, ladies, come at me. She drives it to the wing. Oh. Green read it best off the bounce. Tries to break lines, drives it inside 50. Halverson. Well, that's why she's one of the best.
You got Kessler roving at one end and Halvo at the other.
Yeah, it's a good little coaching duel between Brett Godfrey and Brad Edwards here. Stoking away there, Tucker. Looking for and finding. Megan McDonald, back to Tucker. Tucker, looking the old hot shoe shuffle, did so well, went around the opponent. Over the top, Spark, tried to go one-handed, left it behind. Lily Davidson goes nice and long. This is going to drop over the back for Gibbons. 2 players went up and 1 stayed down. McDonald stayed down and got the crumbs. Kicked it off the socker of the boot to Holcomb. Holcomb needs to pick it up and does. Dumped after she kicked the play on, said the ump. Mark taken there by Tucker. Tucker right here on the boundary line. This is as close as we can get to the commentary side now after being as far away a minute ago. Send it to the top. Flack tried to get it to ground. Megan McDonald over the footy. Caught with it. Flack, brilliant tackle. Superb stuff from Holly. That's a free kick to Killarney Vale. So they need to go with it now. Still about 7.5 minutes to go. Pushed underneath the footy. It'll be a free to Killarney Vale. Ingrid Fitzpatrick gave her an absolute bump and shove off the ball. And I thought it was a free kick to Page, but it's a free kick to Jackie Green. So Green, 4th highest goal scorer in the comp, hasn't got one on the board yet. Fitzpatrick at the back. It's going to be a free to Killarney Vale. I thought that wasn't a bad contest. Need to go in quick. It's an open forward line. Killarney Vale just looking to play it around now. Taya White with the footy. That's a good little short ball. And Turner with the slips catch. Takes off, and she did this in the grand final in 2024. Sends it nice along. Goes over the back. The bounce wasn't favourable. It was on the grand final, though. And that one's going to get stuck right in the goal square. Almost there for Brooke.
She's dangerous, isn't she? No matter where she's on the field. And that one was just nice and quick and nice and deep.
And she's very quick at it. So ball out the back. Gibbons couldn't rove. Round the pack there was Fogarty. Diving on the football, the Killarney Vale Bombers, and that's got to be holding the ball if it's locked in. High tackle. And it's going to be a free to Sky Bailey. Well, she got lucky there, Shane. That's absolute certain. She dived on it, but the tackle was careless from Newcastle. And this kick to put Killarney Vale back in front. Tremendous game of Australian rules football here on AFL Hunter Central Coast YouTube page. Bailey missed it. Point blank.
That was gettable. That was very gettable.
Gee. Don't want to miss those key games.
Do not.
Key game, massive game.
And that end is the scoring end from what we've seen so far today. Big miss.
Great kick over the top. They've done this well today, Newcastle City. Worked it out well. Long took the mark. Holcomb at the back. Nice play there from Leah Murphy to provide the spoil. Holcomb says, well done, Ruby. That was a good... Elkie, that was a good kick. So Elkie Long, number 4. I think I called her Ruby a minute ago, so apologies, Elkie. So back on the throwing we go. Hand pass out. That's over the shoulder there on Watson. Should be a free kick to Ruby Watson. Here's your mix-up. As Elkie and Ruby's 4 and 7. So Ruby Watson goes over the back. Nice fly from White. Went it at 100 miles an hour. Turner almost got smashed. Turned it over to McDonald. Kessler in the right place at the right time. Hand pass, left it open there for Halverson, and she went straight through the middle. Puts it in a space. Davies tried to look at where it is. She's got every opportunity through an open goal. Billy Davies goes bang. They go coast to coast, Newcastle, and hit one against the breeze. Could that be the one that does it? 5-4-34, 4-2-26. Billy's got 2.
Let's have a look at the replay here, Ash. Halverson running through this pack here now. Brushed 2 off, and that was outstanding work. You could see she was setting Billy up for that one, and Davies good enough to do the rest and put that one straight through the middle.
And about 5, 6, 7 years ago, the Women's Cup was at a level where an errant hand pass didn't result in a turnover goal, but at this level of the Black Diamond Women's Cup 2026 edition, you don't want to turn a ball over like that. The hand pass just... It was only about a metre away, Shane, but only needs a metre.
Yep.
And Halverson only needs a centimetre. She did some absolute damage there. Billy Davies finished it off beautifully. Killarney Vale come back thwarted. Back in the middle. Hand pass out. Nice work from Newcastle to move it around. That was Cookman. It sent it high in the air. Ball to ground again. Nice hand pass. That was Nolan. Here goes Elkie Long. Shoots it deep. And that will be out of bounds. 3 minutes to go until three-quarter time. I said it early in the third term, Shane, if Newcastle go into the third quarter time break with a lead, they won't give it up.
Wow.
At this stage, they're going to be...
That's still a big call given how quickly both of these teams have been out of score when they get possession.
Yeah, I just feel like if they're kicking with a breeze, they're going to set up to win it. They'll set up behind the ball, they'll kick it long, and they'll just keep it deep and not let it out until they get something out of it. Time will tell. Got plenty of time left in the match. You know the Bombers are gutsy. You know they'll come really hard in the contest. Set up next for 3 o'clock. Men's Cup, same 2 sides. First versus second. City undefeated. Killarney Vale's new star-studded lineup. Only lost 1 match to Terrigal Avoca, but they pushed them all the way, the Premiers. So it'll be a fascinating duel. Stay with us on the AFL Hunters Central Coast YouTube page. Streaming on the scene. Over the football there is Spindler for Killarney Vale. Nice little work off the pack. McDonald at the back, fist away. There was Davidson. Good discipline play from her. Hand pass to the boundary, and Davidson couldn't get there. 90 seconds until three-quarter time. I love this. This is what you love. Look at the service there, Shane, just below you. The two team managers like, here you go, guys. Here's some updated team sheets so you can get all the names right. Halverson lurking. Halverson off the left, discipline kick. Long couldn't get it. Working around it there was Stewart. Nice work here, the Bombers. Kessler tried to get into the space for Thompson. Thompson and Halverson. Halverson harassing. Batten picking up. Nice little tackle there. That was from Croft. Still work to do here for the Bombers. They need to get it down the field really quickly if they want to get another. That one might be an old lasso free kick. So it's under a minute. The only team that looks likely to score in this quarter now will be Newcastle City. See the direction of this kick, nice and long. Here is Elke Long. Tapped it to the advantage of Davies, couldn't get there. White, hand passed it out, back to White. The old 1-2 off Kessler. Off the side of the boot there from Taya. Grinless underneath the football, couldn't take the mark. Hand pass back, that was to Patmore. Patmore drove it back to the congestion. Almost taking the mark there was Houlihan. The hand pass back to the All-Australian. Davidson takes a running bounce here at number 1. Goes nice and long. Not going to find a target. Needs a kind bounce. Did get one. Went over the top. City's wall is just unbreakable at the moment. They are set up so beautifully behind it. Halverson. How the hell does she get space in the middle of number 1? Tackle errant there from Batten. Play on, says Halverson. She says, I'm going to try and get another. And she was about a second and a half away from delivering a killer pass. As we get to three-quarter time, Newcastle City, they've kept the 8-point lead. They lead at 5-4-34, 4-2-26, Killarney Vale. And I said at three-quarter time, I said at half-time, Shane, if Killarney Vale don't hit the lead at three-quarter time, they can't win the match. Can they prove me wrong? We've got 20 minutes to find out. We'll be back after a short break with all the action in the final term.
Well, the turf at number 1 looks amazing. The sunshine is out. The 2 undefeated sides are out on the field, and there is 8 points separating them as we head into the last quarter now of what will be bragging rights for the winner. Of course, the loser won't be too disheartened. They will still be 1 and 2 on the table after today, but one team will have a tally in the loss bar. Who's it going to be, Ash? We've talked about going to the right of screen being the advantage. Newcastle City now had that advantage and an 8-point lead. Is that going to be enough for him?
Look, to be honest, mate, I'm a big fan of the Killarney Vale side. I'm a big fan of both, to be honest. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But putting my broadcaster hat right on, securely fastening to the Scott of mine that's getting less hair day by day. I don't think Killarney Vale can make the difference up. I know it's only 2 goals or 8 points, but Newcastle City, Brett Godfrey is such an intelligent coach. He knows what to do in these situations. They're at home. They've got a side that have a very good defensive mindset. You can see how they've lined up there. One of the best players on the ground today is that number 24, Newcastle City, Myla Tucker. She's sitting right at centre-half back. Got Willow Croft around her. Got some real good runners as well. And their midfielders are getting back and providing the help. I just don't know if Killarney Vale can do it today. But you know what? They're likely to turn around and say, Borgie, stick it in your jumper. Final quarter action here from number 1 Sportsground. Can Killarney Vale make up the gap as Helverson gets the first touch? Goes back and across Gibbons. I'm pretty sure that was. No, it wasn't Gibbons. That's all right. Might have been Rivers. But anyhow, Holcomb's got the footy. Drives it nice and long. Spark at the back. Rivers dropped the mark. Play and said the ump. Went out to Jurek. Jurek to White to Murphy. And I'd say White's going to be very pivotal if this is going to be a Bombers win. Good start from them. Page takes it. Page short. Thompson. She's been really good at navigating the tight spaces today, Emily Thompson. Gets in there and really finds the gaps. Page, that was nicely caressed.
Solid grab too there.
Yeah, Thompson caressed the footy into the space beautifully. And Page takes the mark. Best part of 40 metres out into the breeze. As I said, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bombers can get up and win it, but I just don't think today's the day, the way it's gone so far. They're trying to emerge from the pack. There was Flack. They've rung the changes here, Brad Edwards and the
Flack in the forward line.
Pretty sure that was her. Back to Bender. Whites. Short ball, Kessler. Hasn't she had a lot of the footy today? She's been very good in her game back from her travels. Back to Thompson. And once again, she finds space where others won't. Thompson gallops away. 35 metres out, sends it long and over the back, takes the mark. Bailey kicks the goal. No. Misses from point blank range. And you know what, Shane? When it's not your day, it's not your day. Sky Bailey's had 2 shots from inside 15 metres.
Yeah,
and missed them both.
That was in the square. That is a go back every time and take the set shot.
Oh, wow. They're the type of things that make coaches lose hair and end up with blood pressure medication. That's a high shot there on Murphy. Had the head down over the footy. Had to be. They're coming, Killarney Vale. They're really putting on this last quarter burst. Kick into Green. Bounce past her. Newcastle try to get it away. Green's chase was outstanding. Naylor did the old shuffle out the way. Kick into Jurek over the back. Jurek needs to be clean and effective. Tackle was terrific. Bailey over the football. Surviving, Neve Hurley. She's been pretty serviceable down back too for Newcastle. 7 points the margin. It's a 20-minute straight quarter. City have navigated the first 3 minutes. Can they hold on and win the match? Trying to work it out, Mencken. Untidy hand pass. Can they take advantage here, the Bombers? Diving at the rate of knots there was Holcomb. She's done that all afternoon. She's been terrific. Finding it really difficult to find a scene stiller today, Shane. There's been so many. Green taps it to her own advantage. hacked away. That was the number 20 of Tucker. Trying to work it out. Holcomb tried to get on the boot. Nicely done. And that's going to be another stalemate. Don't even think that was Holcomb. It's actually Cookman. Mencken, tap down. Wilson, actually that's Cookman. Tried to get it away and does. One-on-one contest. Good effort there from Zastra. Bender to the front spot. Numbers converging in for City. Going to ground, Bender. Could be holding the footy. Umpire says play it. Rivers out of the congestion. Head down, Holcomb. She only really knows one way.
Does she ever?
And it's flat out.
She might have a taste for the 6 strings. I reckon she's got her eye on another scene stealer.
Must have really enjoyed the beer from Senor Benjamin. As it comes out, Zastra, good tackle, Bender. Play on, says the ump. Streaking away, White shrugs the tackle, used the core strength beautifully. Nice little short ball, Turner. Turner goes one way, shows the other. Back to Rivers. Rivers, nicely done, under pressure. Top of the 50 effort. Good spoil, that was from Fogarty. Great effort there, Murphy. Fogarty still scrapping on the deck. Flack says, where's my free kick, ump? Umpire says, there you go, Holly. Working so hard, Killarney Vale. They don't want to give this undefeated season up yet. Short ball, not overly effective. Overrunning it. This is Page. Page short, Kessler. Kessler, Turner. It's all in the right hands for Killarney Vale. Back to Kessler. Runner up B&F, back to B&F. Spoil out the back. Holcomb was strong. Got the foot to the football. Send a little shot underneath. Green. Round the corner. Opens up the play. Underneath it, Hurley. Pressure's on. Bailey, steam through. Nice bump, Neve Hurley. That was outstanding. Bailey on the ground. Could be under pressure. I reckon she's deliberately put that out. Umpire says, throw it in.
Lucky there, Bailey.
A good forward will always put it out on purpose to retain a throw in. And only the best umpires pick that type of stuff up. Six minutes gone in the quarter. It's been in Killarney Vale's forward line for about 85% of it, I reckon. They have had a mortgage of the football inside this 50. They've got to make the score count. Goal will put them 1 point the difference. And they'll be right inside the striking area then. Green. Good smother, Helverson. She's been excellent. Free kick, Killarney Vale. Jackie Green will take it. Holcomb reluctantly gives it to her.
Didn't see what that one was for, Ash. Did you see?
Nah, colour me confused on that one.
Yep.
That's all right. We're a long way away. You've got a nice camera view. My binoculars generally give me a good view, but I couldn't see. Green, 35 out, sends a high up and under. Pack converges. Oh, and the mark's taken at the front. Gracie Jurek. Is she going to have a say? She kicked the last goal of the grand final in 25, kicked the first goal today. Kicks this one, they're a point behind. Misses.
That's another gettable one. They've let a few chances
Well,
just work against them there, haven't they?
Well, I'll say this to you, Shane. They've had the last 3 scoring shots. They've all been behinds, and they've all been within 15 metres of goal.
Yep.
If you can narrow the story of a game down to a few moments, I reckon they're the 3. They could be in front right now, Killarney Vale. Here's a run and carry. Don't overpossess it. Gee, that was nicely done.
It was done, yeah.
And great effort. That was a nice punch at the end there, Noel, and this could open up. Houlihan tackled, needs to hold it. Did well. Pretty sure that was Myla Tucker that did the run and carry then.
It's about as deep as City have had it for about the last 5 minutes.
Batten. Get a kick on it, Jade. She does. About 2 metres up and 2 metres wide. Tap down from Rivers, superb to Bender. Davidson arches the back. Brushes off Holcomb. Gets to the top of the 50 and gives it away. Here go Newcastle. And it's going to be kick to kick as it ends up to the best and fairest in the Women's Cup 2025, Kristen Kessler. She sends one up. Turner attacked the football. You see Holcomb, she said, yep, that was a great mark there, Brooke. Got a great rivalry, these two sides. Lovely kick from Turner to White. White's got a big boot, but she decides I'm going to go sideways. Must be held, dropped. Not the best time to drop one. Recovered. Gibbons goes to ground the wrong time. Cookman gets it on the quick turnover. Houlihan against Davies. Houlihan the taller. Davies the quicker. Houlihan gets it on the boot and drives it wide. Davies still in the chase. Nige Shepherd there from Houlihan. White's got a bit of time. Goes around the body. Needs to find the target. Rivers did well. Went around the body. Batten got the body in the way. Here goes Davidson streaking through the lines. One bounce. Goes over the line to the 50. Two bounces. Takes him on. Needs to strike. Can it be a goal? Oh, my goodness. If that's a goal of the game. Superb. The All-Australian, Lily Davidson, goes bang. What a finish. Individual brilliance. And the scores are tied, Shane Darwin.
Well, maybe Mr. Davidson likes the six string as well, because he might be getting another $50 voucher there with this effort of Lily. Wow-wee.
Have a look at that. From the centre of the field, two bounces, arched the back, went in between two Newcastle City defenders. And the finish. Ladies and gentlemen, she is 16 years old. That is all.
That is outstanding.
She is 16. She was named in the All-Australian team about 4 weeks ago for under-16s. There's the class on display.
And Ash, we are all tied up, 34 apiece.
Well,
10 minutes to go.
If the Bombers win from here, well, not only have they figuratively pulled my pants down, but they've deserved it. Because they've been sensational this term. They're the only team that look like scoring. And that's to halfway. That was an exciting goal.
That was outstanding.
That's the quality of the AFL Hunter Central Coast Women's Cup, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you now, I've watched this comp grow from its first year in 2014. I'm pretty sure it was 14 or 15. Newcastle and Nelson Bay had a mortgage on it. I don't even think Killarney Vale had a team then. Angle's got the mark. Now the mini dynasty of the Killarney Vale Bombers on display here. Could this be a draw?
Well,
there's
everything before, Ash.
Everything's on the table right now. It's almost like we're on the playground here at the primary school. It's the next score wins after the bell. Kick over the top. Gee, that was well done, Charlotte Spindler. Hasn't done much. But what she's done's been good. Short ball, umpire said not far enough. Trying to get away from the danger. Oh, she got the handball, sir.
Great tackle, though.
Yeah, it was the tackle
Like
rewarded it.
It was a...
Oh, 50. Oh, no. These are the things you don't want to do at the wrong time, not with 8 minutes to go. Umpire had every right, and it was there too. How's the defence of the Bombers? City haven't had it past the wing for the entire quarter. I'm pretty sure this is V. Zastra. Sends it into the pocket. Needs a mark and comfortably taken. That's Taya White. That move from Brad Edwards to put Taya White in the back line has been unbelievable. Gibbons with the mark in the pocket. Gibbons to Rivers. Rivers needs to win it. It's 2-on-1. Not the best choice of kick. It's won there by City. Ruby Watson goes into the pocket to Davies. And beautifully done by Jenkins. We're still scores level here with 8 to go. Hope you're enjoying all the action on the AFL Hunter Central Coast YouTube page. You're streaming it on the scene with the owner-operator and the cameraman behind the action. Best pictures in the house. Shane Darwin. Spark at the front. Umpires blowing the whistle. Free kick, City for the hold. Crucial.
Well, this is where we've seen a couple of opportunities about similar distances for Killarney Vale that they haven't been able to take. What can City do here?
Phoebe Baptiste. Any score will put them in front. And it's a major. Baptiste goes and puts it through the guts. 5th individual goal scorer for City. And they're back in front, Newcastle. 6-4 to 5-4. Phoebe Baptiste with the goods.
Well, is that little bit of composure going to make the difference?
Well, they've had their chances. And you thought with that wonderful goal from Lily Davidson, they put themselves back in. Newcastle City, they're denying them again.
Well, Ash, I know we've got a men's game starting at 3, but do you reckon we could go down and ask them to play another quarter or two? I'm loving this contest.
Yeah, these ladies know how to play. Phoebe Baptiste played for the Coffs Harbour Breakers last year. It's been a good pickup. Helverson read it best off the ground. She's been great today, Sarah. She is every week, but it's been one of those. She's up to her level today. To Gibbons. Gibbons got rid of it, tackled afterwards. Sparks, show and go was lovely. 2-on-2 inside 50. Davies just looking like a little piranha in the river trying to catch a bit of prey there. Bit too far away. Zastra drives it back in Stewart. Stewart needs to hold it, couldn't. Houlihan round the contest. And lurking again is Billy Davies.
That was the left boot of Zastra there to get that ball back in.
She's a handy player, V. Zastra. Really good player. She was on the emergencies list at the start or during the week. Down on the ground we go. Thompson needs to hand pass. Sparks' tackle was amazing. Free kick, Ruby. Gee, she's good at that too. Great forward pressure. The best forwards provide the pressure when it's needed, and Ruby Sparks one of those. Such a composed talent. Came from Tamworth. Played with the boys for 2 seasons. Went to the Sydney Swans Academy. Makes her home here in Newcastle. This is to put it to a 12-point lead. Spark! Brilliant. That could be it. The resistance may have just been broken. Marvellous finish from Ruby Spark. She now leads all goal kickers in the league. And City are back out to the 12-point, Shane.
Yeah, listen, I think that may be it. We've got 5 minutes left, and they're going to have to, Killarney Vale are going to have to score 3 times, 2 goals and a something.
They did all the work in the first 10 minutes, first 12 minutes, really, Killarney Vale, and all they could get from all the pressure was a goal.
Well, those 3 points from within 15 metres were quite likely going to be the difference in the end.
Yeah, that could be the story of the match. It's been a sensational contest between the two sides. It could have gone either way several times. Are we going to have another twist in the tail as Davidson says, I'm not finished yet. Long ball back. Effort to hold it there was great from Patmore. Couldn't go to ground. Kessler stayed on the feet. Tried to get it out to Batten. Fitzpatrick dived on the football. Patmore lurking on the outside. Batten tried to make a tackle.
Took her high.
And it's a throw.
No,
Jade Batten's got it free. Jade Batten, Shane, is we'll say soccer. She's a soccer player, so she can strike a football. She's played 3 or 4 games in her life. I reckon the distance isn't a problem. I think it's the accuracy with the odd-shaped ball. Well, distance is a bit of a problem. To the front spot, Kessler. Kessler claims and holds. Oh, you wouldn't want it in anyone else's hands. She is the best and fairest.
Oh, Brooke Turner's a pretty good kick too, Ash.
Oh, yeah. I could pick a few out there as well. Got to pump up Kristen's tyres. She's just a great player. She's
sure
been
is.
excellent today. This will cap off a great performance. Finished. Game's not over. Kessler got 2. Margins back to 6. I love my sayings in footy. It's a grandstand finish here at number 1. Here's the replay of the finish from Kristen. Had the holiday, came back and said we're good to go. A goal the difference. 3 minutes to go. Killarney Vale have kicked 2 goals into the breeze. It's the most amount of goals kicked into the breeze by any side today, Shane.
Well, it took them 90 seconds to get that one, so there's still time.
Plenty of time to go. Mencken got out of the ruck. Overrunning it there was Nolan. Clearance, Killarney Vale. Nice little contest over the back. Fogarty did well. Gee, the pressure's on. Play on, says the umpire. Fogarty could have been holding it. It is. Oh, pressure. Brilliant tackle, Green. Have they got enough time? They do. 2.5 minutes to go. They're biting fingernails on the Newcastle City bench. Bailey with a little bit of a spin couldn't get there. Over the back. Nice little hit. Rivers round the corner. In the goal square, Neroni's Flack. She's got the mark uncontested. Holly Flack to level the scores with 2 to go. Pops it over the top. And it's a goal. My goodness, Shane Darwin. What a match we're being treated to here at number 1 Sportsground. Black Diamond Women's Cup footy's alive and well. Scores are level here at number 1 Sportsground.
Well, anytime we say someone can't do something, Ash, they are just going out there and proving us wrong. we said 2 goals might be too much of a distance, but gee whiz, here we are, 90 seconds remaining, and the scores are dead level.
Reminds me of a Simpsons episode. Chair goes up, chair goes down. It's like pants go up, pants go down.
7-4 plays 7-4. Nothing splitting these two. How's that move out the centre there, Ash?
Oh, brilliant effort out of the centre, but the tackle was superb from Davidson. Stopped her in her tracks. Trying to work through it. Zastra, Davidson and Bender. It's 2-on-1. Zastra kept it in front, did beautifully. Got the hand pass back. Newcastle City inside 50. Stewart over around the football. That was White back to Turner. Turner camped in the back line, I reckon, trying to preserve the game rather than try to win it. Batten beats the opponent, gets it off the deck. She's good off the ground. Batten, hand pass to Davidson. Davidson uses the speed, goes down the wing. Kessler over the back, couldn't read it. Fogarty got the ball, kicked it straight into Kessler. Nice little effort. Kessler over the back. Fogarty got the hand pass out. Kessler still working hard. She's going to pick it up about 55 out. Nice little turn and burn. Drove it inside 50. Jurek tried to get the hands up. Green to the deck. Great contest. Holcomb magnificent. Long got bumped off the football. Still on the 50. Rivers recycled the football. Umpire says, I'll have it. 22 seconds to go. Well, we picked one way, we picked the other, and we might be ending this game with 2 points each. It's still a draw with 15 seconds. Mencken got it to ground. Davidson drove it long. Only team that can win now is Killarney Vale, and that's a superb mark under pressure. Brilliant grab under pressure, and the siren's going to go, and we're going to have a draw.
Wow.
What a finish.
What a game.
What a game. What a spectacle. Brett Godfrey, Brad Edwards, and every single player of Newcastle City and Killarney Vale, you should be holding your heads right up. That was a superb contest. One of the matches of our streams, really. I don't think I've seen a
better women's game. That was outstanding.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, these two sides played to a draw in the grand final last year, and Killarney Vale won it in extra time. They can't be separated today. It's 7 goals, 4 apiece. We'll be back after a short break for the men's cup, and if that is a taste of what we're going to get in the men's game, you want to get on the stream, subscribe to it, dial all your mates and get them onto it as well. We'll be back very shortly. What a game.
This has been a Scene Production co-broadcast for the AFL Hunter Central Coast.